Howdy folks, Keywii here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Safe space in which would be awesome, where we are just... We're doing this so we could get all the new content. But hey, we're enjoying the old content too. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. Why does her younger sister live alone if she's... You know what, it's fine. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kinda dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of fucking nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Keywii? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. I didn't. How can you forget if I don't? You are me! So she's shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. Haven't lost interest or anything, you know? Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying anything strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I don't think you need to worry. This means you're passionate about reading. So the least I can do is listen. It's all a literature club, you know? After all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it. Might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to reading it. Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit, like, here, right? You know, I don't know where to... I don't really have a spot yet. Slip into the seat next to yours. Yeah. Are you sure? Seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, you know, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Open the book and start the prologue. I don't understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, mind. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actively looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... You really don't have to apologize, you know? You apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. I'm sorry. I mean... Ah, you fucking weirdo. Yeah, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. What? Oh, the desks. I thought it was like the two of, like, Yuri and my character. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead, I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it a little difficult to turn the page. Here. Hey! The book's all the fuck over there. Can you slide it over a bit? Ching 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 ching. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. Do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. I'm easily distractible because I'm a pervert. So I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? I read at 3,000 lines per minute. To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. It's over Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Her eye meets me for dinner. Ah, that's okay. Oh, look at that smile. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Robots get tired too, and yawn. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. The entire first chapter, silently. I wonder what she's thinking about the 70% of the time she's on the page. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. You know, because I'm a fucking weirdo. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it with her own thumb. Hey, Yoi! This might be a silly thought, but, the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. Man, I'm fucking exhausted. But she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. Or they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. And now we're staying again. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Keywii, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing to think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or nothing. Sorry, I didn't really know if you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I mean more that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Not just in general. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? I'm kinda down. So, wow, I'm fucking yawning all over the place. Sorry if you hadn't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. It releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Yeah, alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. In case I'll do a little more reading tonight. more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? God, man, I'm constant yawning. Let me just breathe. Oh. Yawning is usually indicative of the brain not having enough oxygen, which happens a lot if you do a lot of talking really fast. That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Yeah, alright. Stand up. Make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it into my bag. I'll forget later and have to reread like 3 pages just to get back to where I was. This happens all the time. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah? A relaxation ends. Relaxation chamber has ended. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everybody's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. Oh god, the notebook is a constant spiral. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. You can never see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki, and she dots all the I's with hearts, and then thinks better of herself and puts a circle. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright, who am I sharing with first? You. I should start with Monica. You know, the favorite. Certainly my favorite. For other reasons that we won't get into yet. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Ah, Keywii. Having a good time so far? You know what? I am. This has been fun. Little hard on the throat, but you know, I'm getting there. All of my voices are now not hard on the throat. I'm just relenting from episode 1 still. Ah, yeah. Good. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things that we can do better, I'm always listening. Always listening, eh? Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Yeah, I had to keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share a poem with me? Kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Yeah, don't worry, Keywii. Well, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know? It's the sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Or won't. You know. Yeah, that's true. Hand Monica my poem. Great job, Keywii. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect it to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. You know, if I stay at 0 all the time, then I go to 5%. People expect 0. Looks good. I do basically nothing, but people are like, yeah, you did it. And I fucking love that attention. Well, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes to, when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. Take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. Never really asked, though. Maybe I should've. Yeah, I'm sure I'm nowhere near a level yet. I don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. Sure I'll end up trying something, sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It'll take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. Well, that's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. I certainly did. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or nothing. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Aw, don't be like that. I'm pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to say I'm confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Couldn't get another voice there. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction sparkle protrudes. Noise a neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. Appear inside for a clue. No, I can't see. A reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. It's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. Wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking at. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Say, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. Oh yeah? I'm pretty sure the popular style nowadays is just you know, all of memes. That is, a lot of poems I'm putting emphasis on time in between words and lines. When formed out loud, it can be really powerful. Is that the impression behind this one? Inspiration behind this one? Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. Recently, huh? Kind of influenced my poems a lot. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other, and you know, you don't end up judging me instantly. Oh, anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. I don't do that when I write. I mean, maybe I do a little bit, but for the most part, no, I'm pretty good about moving past what is subpar and coming back to it later. Just force yourself to get something on paper. Tidy up later. Exactly. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just end up with a big dark puddle of ink. Just move your hand. Go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. And no worries. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's show Yuri last because it was like her poem. Let's go Sayori first. This is a good poem, Keywii. Are you sure it's your first time? You know, you all assumed that. I never said that. Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. Really happy just that you wrote one. Just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Question mark? Yeah, well, of course. Not really into it yet, but, you know, that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Keywii. Deep down, you're not selfish at all. You know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something only really good people do. Even if you bitch and moan constantly, you're still a good person deep down. And thanks, Sayori. I'm sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. My motive? Oh god, what is my intention towards these girls? Or women, since they're all over 18. I don't know how much this means to her at all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure that you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Yeah, I am gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? I will, but it's the end of the episode, so I'm going to say thank you guys so much for watching. I, of course, am Keywii. You've been great too, and you have yourself a delightful day. I love you all. Goodbye.